Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I am the two-time Naboxed Award-winning Naboxed, and this is part 2 of the Tourism Passport. Now, I'm here in Vancouver, the BC Sports Hall of Fame at BC Place Stadium. Just like the Stevenson tram, we got a couple of printed questions, so just because I got these ones does not mean you'll get them. So we're going to start with this first question. In what sport was the first Canadian Olympic gold medal won on Canadian soil? Now, I remember the Olympics being here in 2010, and I remember seeing on TV, it was like something like downhill skiing, but I'm going to go over there just to make sure I have the right answer. So, and these are questions you can Google, so giving the answers isn't going to be that much of a big deal as it was last week. Now, before we discuss that first Olympic gold, I'm going to come here and I'm going to show you the podium. So I mentioned, I know you can technically Google the stuff that we discussed last week, but this is stuff that's, I'm going to go ahead and assume that that the Olympics get a little more attention than some random herring catch in the Vancouver area. So, yeah, so here, Belodo got the first gold, and it was in, let's see, what did it say? So it looks like moguls. Because he beat Dale Begg-Smith, the 2006 Olympic moguls champion, for competing for Australia. So I'm assuming it's the same sport. Oh look, it's a Zamboni. Does anyone have David Ayres' number? Okay, this is the second question. Gino Ojic wore his dad's residential school registration number during his career. What is the number? Okay, so I grew up watching the Canucks when I was a kid, so I already knew, I already remembered that it was 29. Again, another very Googleable thing. So, so anyway, I got my answers, moguls and 29. So I can go get my passport stamped. Okay, I got my BC Sports Hall of Fame stamp, folks. And now we have moved on to the Museum of Vancouver, where I did a video last year, for those of you who may have missed it. So, just like with the cannery, I took a picture of the questions, 2 out of 3. Who is the co-curator of True Tribal? Found the first intro panel, and named the Shipwreck series jewelry designer in the Mahogany Project, and post a photo of your favorite object and use hashtag at MOV. So one is a social media. So let's see what we can find here. So you go in, and to the right is where you'll find, you go into the feature exhibits, that's where you see True Tribal contemporary expressions of ancestral tattoo practices. So I'm gonna come over here, and there's this mural over here, or there's this big picture. And I'm looking to find who the co-curator. And I see him right here. So, in this case, since the questions are the same, I know you can probably Google this anyway, but I do want you guys to look for something as well. I gave you guys the answers on the BC Hall of Fame, the Sports Hall of Fame, so you can look up something yourself too. Show that you're actually watching. And now we've walked into the Mahogany Project, where we're going to try to find out who designed the jewelry. The moon, the tide, and the land that brings us together. And we have found the Shipwreck Series jewelry. And actually, it looks like you can either buy some of this, or you can buy like replicas of it. Obviously, you'd have to ask them. So hopefully you got to see the price list. So I guess I've completed the requirements, but I'm still going to look for something to take a photo of just to post, because I want to complete. I also did the 2 pics at the cannery along with the 3 answers. So, you want to talk about platform shoes, people? Here are some platform shoes. And in the same building as the Museum of Vancouver, there's a Space Center, so I'm going to try to get a stamp for that too. So, the question is, what year did astronaut David St. Jacques return from his 204-day mission in space? And here we have found the man, the myth, the legend, David St. Jacques.
It reached Earth, sensing and measuring degrees every day. LIGO uses a device known as interferometer to measure time.
The Soviets launched a pair of spacecraft in 1988 to rendezvous with Mars and Phobos, the larger of the Martian moons. Named after the moon, the Phobos craft were equipped with cameras, infrared and gamma ray spectrometers, powerful laser and ion beams, and a mini lander. Contact with Phobos 1 was lost en route to Mars. Phobos 2 successfully went into orbit and began sending back data. As the spacecraft moved closer to the moon's surface, the onboard computer malfunctioned and contact was lost. The vacuum of space. So many jokes, but they all suck. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that about does it for me. I did the BC Sports Hall of Fame. I did the Museum of Vancouver and the Space Center over here, because the Museum of Vancouver and the Space Center are in the same building, so may as well get as much footage as I can out of it. So if you like what you see, come by, and any questions I did not answer for you, look it up, show that you're watching. And I guess that's it. Thanks for watching, and bye everybody.